One of the worst things that can happen to someone on their vacation just happened to us on the way to our Hawaii group cruise.
JJ Cruise.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Jared, and this is JJ Cruise. This is a different video from what we typically do, but it's important. It's something that people need to know because we had one of the worst things possible happen to us while traveling, and it's a warning for others out there traveling just like us that may have really great intentions and have high hopes for their vacation and their travels, but then this happens, making it one of the worst experiences you can actually come across. Before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel. That's one way to really support us on our journey to 100,000 subscribers. And while you're there, please hit that thumbs up. Though I gotta be honest, all of that feels very off for this type of video to begin with, because this is purely a video to give everyone out there warnings by telling our story. My husband and I travel for a living. We go out as travel agents and experience cruises, cruise vacations from all the different cruise lines all across the world to try to find the best experiences to give to our clients as well as you as subscribers at home. In doing these travels from one cruise to another, we have hotel stays. Sometimes these hotel stays are short, one night, and sometimes they're a couple of days. Well, the most recent trip we were on is one that we talked about on this channel. We did solo cruises side by side. So Jordan was on one ship and I was on another on a different cruise line. And we were doing the exact same itinerary, trying to feel a comparison of the two cruises. After these cruises ended, we came together to Vegas to have the cheapest hotel stay possible, as we did have to have more than just one night hotel stay before we flew out to Hawaii, which is where we are right now for our group cruise. Both my husband and I have some casino complimentary stays, so we thought this would be the cheapest way possible to have an actual stay on the West Coast before our cruise in Hawaii. So we booked our stay at Excalibur, which is a very cheap resort hotel. I'm not going to kid anyone. This is not going to be the Four Seasons, but it will do. It is a hotel that we will be able to sleep in, be able to work in, and get by until our time in Hawaii. Well, just 2 days ago, we were working away as travel agents, booking a lot of our clients on cruises or handling different potential questions or concerns for upcoming travel. And it had gone probably 7 or 8 hours into the day without us eating at all. Jordan and I did not eat, and we needed to grab dinner. Well, when we went to grab dinner, we just wanted to go get some takeout because we still had a lot of work left to do. So we went to what was inside our resort, Buca di Beppo, to use a resort credit that we actually got through the casino. We went, ordered from Buca di Beppo, and it was probably around 4:45 when we went to do this. Once we got our order in, we went and sat down to wait for our order, which was only going to take 20 to 30 minutes. It ended up taking about 25 minutes, so about that time that they expected, and we returned back to our hotel room. All of this, once again, is in Excalibur and took less than an hour. Once we got back to our hotel room, we didn't think anything of anything. We literally got our food, came back to our hotel room. Nothing seemed to be off. No, nothing seemed to be bad or wrong. But later that night, when we were planning to actually go out for a show, we realized that one of our wedding rings is missing. That wedding ring was gone. That is when we put two and two together and realized that Jordan's wedding ring was stolen. We immediately went to security to talk to the security about what we can do to look at video footage to see if anyone came in our room. We had no maid service come the entire stay that we were there, partially because this is something we are concerned about. We do know that anytime someone comes into your room, there's a chance for something to get stolen. Now, I'm not saying that maids are known for doing this. They are not. That is just a possibility. We'd rather not have that possibility. We'd rather reuse the same towels, save the earth, do all that, than have anybody come in our room while we're gone. Unfortunately, this was a minor error on our part just after a long day of work where Jordan didn't think to put on his wedding ring since we were just going downstairs to grab something to eat and come back. We talked to security, and security said that they have a whole detective on their property that looks through anything like this of stolen property or potential invasions inside of suites. We learned that the detective works with the police and hands over all video footage proving when things are stolen or when people go into actual hotel rooms that they're not supposed to be in. And that is where we are at right now, is we are working with this detective in hopes to get more information of who stole this ring, as well as what can be done to put this person to justice with the police. I'm doing this video right now because Jordan is not in a good place right now. This is not about the money. You know, this wedding ring costs us over $1,000, but it's the sentimental value that is attached with it. In fact, it's the same ring that I have. And we have been married for over 5 years, and we're happily married. And this is just something that symbolizes it. Now, I know it's just an item, it's just a possession, but I understand. I'm also in a place where I am in disbelief. I'm in shock that something like this happened to us. We immediately looked online at other forums to see advice of if this happens to other people. And we found out that this has been happening a lot in Vegas recently. There are so many people, from the Cosmopolitan to the Venetian to Excalibur, saying people are coming into suites, into their hotel rooms while they're gone without any reason for being able to get into that room and stealing things. For us, it was a wedding ring. For others, it's thousands of dollars, maybe valuable possessions like handbags or other really luxury items or goods. This has to be something that has to be talked about for those traveling to Vegas right now. If you don't know, MGM, which owns Excalibur, just laid off doormen, additional people for concierge, as well as bellhops. If you've never been to a Vegas resort, like the Fontainebleau does this still, where they have somebody in the elevator banks to get to hotel rooms that requires you to scan a room key card and see what room you're actually staying at before you're allowed in the elevator bank. This same tower for scanning is pushed to the side at Excalibur, and there's not a single security person or guard of any type ensuring that only people that are supposed to be staying there are having access to these elevators. During our stay, we witnessed it ourselves, where people would come into an elevator with us and say, "Oh, I forgot my room key. Will you just hit this number?" We did not. We said, "No, sorry, we can only go to our level." But is that any better? Now these same people that may be actually frauding people or stealing from people are now going to be taken to our floor, and we have no way to prevent it. In addition, during this week, while we're putting two and two together of what happened, we realized that throughout the week, we thought it was weird how many people were knocking on our door and trying their room key up against our door while we were there. Luckily for us, we spent most of our time working in that hotel, so we heard people try our actual door, try to get in, but we just thought maybe these are people thinking it was our door and it was the wrong one and they realized that, so they moved on. But our doors were deadbolted and double locked during that entire time, so who's to say that they actually could have gotten in if we were actually gone? In fact, that's what happened to us. Someone came into our room with a card, no idea how they had access to a room key card for our actual hotel room, and got in and stole a wedding ring within under an hour's time of being gone. I would say under 45 minutes, if I'm being honest. While traveling, we understand the unexpected can happen, and it can be some of the worst things. whether it's a medical emergency while you're at sea on a cruise ship, to getting pickpocketed in the middle of streets in Italy. Whatever it could be, it can happen to you while traveling, so please be extra safe. Even minor errors like the ones that we made of leaving a valuable in our hotel room while we were just going to get something quick to eat and bring back to the room can make 5 years of marriage and this ring disappear. Now, of course, it's just an item, and we have to remind ourselves that, but it doesn't make the heartbreak any less to know that we will probably never see this ring again, might not have the opportunity to buy this exact same ring. That's just something we have to deal with because somebody out there wanted to steal something from us. Thanks for watching this video. We are excited for our Hawaii group cruise, but as you can imagine, having a rough start. We will get past this with some time, and hopefully we get some justice with this detective and the Las Vegas police regarding this stolen wedding ring of ours. I'm Jared. This is JJ Cruise, signing off.